If the power grid goes down tonight, most people won't survive the next 72 hours the way they expect. Not because they're weak, but because they're missing 21 cheap items that decide whether you stay functional or fall apart. At first, nothing looks wrong. Streets are still there. Buildings still stand. People assume it's temporary, but the first failure doesn't announce itself. It just goes silent. Lights die. Screens go black. And in seconds, electricity stops being a comfort and becomes the system everything depends on. When one system fails, it drags the rest down with it. And this is where most people make a fatal mistake. They wait. Because when power goes out, it doesn't just take light. It takes water, communication, fuel access. Everything starts disconnecting at the same time. Item 1, a simple LED flashlight, becomes survival visibility, not convenience. For example, without it, even walking inside your own house at night becomes dangerous because you can't see obstacles or stairs. Item 2, spare batteries, becomes stored time. Item 3, a solar phone charger, becomes your last connection to information. Item 4, a hand crank radio, becomes the only voice still reaching you. Item 5, glow sticks, becomes silent light when everything else fails. Item 6, a power bank, becomes delayed survival, not backup luxury. Now listen carefully, because this is where things shift. When electricity collapses, water systems don't reduce. They become unstable. And contaminated water looks completely normal until it starts shutting your body down from the inside. Item 7, a water filtration straw, becomes direct survival at the source. For example, it lets you drink from rivers or stored water sources that might look clean but are actually unsafe. Item 8, water purification tablets, kill what you can't see. Item 9, unscented bleach, becomes emergency disinfection when nothing else exists. Item 10, sealed water. Containers, stop recontamination before it starts. Item 11, collapsible water storage, lets you move what the system no longer delivers. Stay with me, because food is where people lose control fastest. Stores still look open for a short time. Shelves still exist, but supply chains don't break loudly. They just stop refilling. Item 12, canned food, removes dependence on refrigeration and timing. Item 13, rice and lentils, become long-term energy storage in its simplest form. Item 14, energy bars, bridge the gap when cooking becomes uncertain. Item 15, a manual can opener, becomes essential because access is no longer automatic. For example, even if you have canned food, without it, you simply can't open it. Item 16, a portable gas stove or solid fuel tablets, restores basic cooking independence. Item 17, salt and basic seasonings, quietly keep your body functioning when everything feels unstable. And here's what nobody tells you. The third failure isn't electricity or food, it's injury and health. Because when hospitals get overloaded, small problems don't stay small anymore. Item 18, a basic first aid kit, becomes infection control. Item 19, antiseptic solution, slows bacterial spread before it turns serious. Item 20, oral rehydration salts, become critical. For example, dehydration doesn't just weaken you physically, it starts affecting judgment and decision-making within hours. Item 21, medical gloves, reduce contamination when you're forced to care for yourself or others. Now zoom out. Electricity fails. First, water becomes uncertain. Food stops arriving. Medical systems overload, and when systems break, they don't fail one by one. They cascade. Modern life is not strong because it is independent. It is fragile because everything depends on everything else. And that is why these 21 cheap items matter. They are the line between control and total collapse. A flashlight is not light. It is movement in darkness. A water filter is not equipment. It is safety when systems fail. Canned food is not storage. It is continuity when supply chains freeze. A first aid kit is not medicine. It is time when hospitals can't respond, and most people won't realize it until there's nothing left to prepare for.